It's now cheaper to save the world than destroy it. The first time that became clear to me was in 2016. Donald Trump was campaigning to be the US president and, though he didn't really care about fighting climate change, he was making pronouncements about clean coal technology. I was a science journalist at the time, writing about everything from the birth of stars to the manipulation of atoms. My editor asked me to find out if clean coal was something worth writing about. What I learned was that Trump mistakenly thought the term referred to coal that could be somehow cleaned after it was mined. Instead, there was a technology called carbon capture and storage, which could trap and bury the CO2 produced when coal is burned. Crucially, I found startups with technology to draw down already existing carbon dioxide from the air, which opened the potential to not just slow down climate change, but even reverse it. What started out as a single article about a flawed marketing slogan aimed at making a political point turned into a year-long investigation into breakthroughs in a climate technology. That series of stories gave me a new perspective on the climate problem. In every sector of the economy, from renewable power to green cement and laboratory-grown meat to electric airplanes, a race was underway to find solutions to cutting global emissions. Politicians, bankers and techies were finding more to agree on with climate activists than they ever had before. Something had shifted, and the world hadn't taken notice just yet. The decades-long case for reducing emissions, because it is squarely in the self-interest of humanity, had finally sunk in, and we had entered a phase of focusing on the solutions. That conviction is now plain to see. In the last few years, the US has passed the world's largest climate bill, the EU has enshrined in law its Green Deal, and India and China have set net zero goals alongside all the major economies. These era-defining moves have happened even as the world deals with the economic shocks of a once-in-a-century pandemic and an energy crisis spurred by Russia's war on Ukraine.